My friends say I'm gonna be alright. They say people just like me go through this all the time. But you and me,
I just got baited by my teammates. Let's talk about baiting.
Forwards are taking us through to overtime potentially. It's going to be their best shot, but in mid, Oscar.
Oh, no. He sees it.
He gets all the information. He knows that forward's there, but first saves his life. Peeks on out.
Was that
Oscar's
intentional?
gone down.
Was that intentional?
Now, baiting isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's actually a necessary part of the game, and when done correctly, can win you games. Most people in CS have evolved a very specific playing style, and they usually stick to it no matter what. You know those games where nothing is going right, and you and your teammates just can't work together? That might be because you all have a very similar playing style. And none of you are willing to switch up.
Because it's always better to preemptively throw an HE than reactively throw one. As if you do it reactively, the other guy will know that you're going to be throwing it.
Indeed. Ooh, just running past the angle is Dennis. Device getting caught short.
Hear me out. Let's make an example. It's Cash, you're on T side, you and your team have a full buy, and you have decided as a team to go B. Now you're also all passive players. So what can happen is that you're just standing outside sight, waiting for something to happen. Maybe holding some angles, maybe throwing some nades, but nothing really happens. There needs to be someone to take initiative. There needs to be a baitee. Now, what is a baitee? Well, it's not someone who just rushes into sight, dies, doesn't say anything to your team, and do nothing else. That's the opposite of what you should do as a baitee. A baitee is someone who takes the attention from the CTs. He gets the information, and he makes it possible for his team to take over the site. Now, being the baitee is not a very rewarding role. The scoreboard won't reflect what you have done for your team. You possibly won't get that many kills. But you have to decide, what is more important? To look good on the scoreboard or to win? And that's completely up to you. Some people like being a pug lord, some people like winning, some people like both, but sometimes you can't have both. Now, being a baitee is a skill. Communication is key. Your goal should be to get as much information for your team as possible, grab as much attention from the other team as possible, stay alive as long as possible, and overall increase the chance of your team winning the round. I am the kind of player who is willing to go first if no one else is. And yes, sometimes it's really frustrating to get in and get insta-killed and then just having to sit and watch the rest of the round. But sometimes it's worth it, because your team actually wins. Now obviously you might be the best baitee in the world, but some people just can't work together no matter what. And if your team can't utilize your skills, then maybe just be a pug lord for a game. Have some fun, forget the game, move on. There's also the baiter, and being the baiter is also a skill. You have to work with your baitee. You have to make sure that if your baitee goes down, that you will trade the kill. You will look better on the scoreboard, but don't forget it's possible because of your baitee. It's a team game after all. So you should thank your baitee for playing such an unselfish, unrewarding playstyle. Now, I consider myself a master baiter, and being a master baiter requires a lot of practice. So I will go to my PC, maybe look up some videos, and practice my master baiting. Thank you for watching.